before, welcome, and if you have, welcome back. And it is time for another story time. So today's story time took place in Vegas earlier this year. My friend and I have never been for her birthday in January, and I've been a few times. And so we're like, okay, yeah, let's go for your birthday. So it just happened that while we were going down for her birthday, that she saw online that the Calabash music concert was going to be going on at the same time. For those of you that don't know, Calabash is a very big Latino music concert. For example, in Los Angeles, J-Lo's been there, Daddy Yankee, and so many other artists. So this year in Vegas, they had Enrique, they had Becky G, Lozana, so many artists. So, and she was asking me, are you down to go? And of course I was like, heck yeah. That's like two of my favorite things, traveling and music. So how could I turn it down? But the really sucky thing was, even though we planned this trip in November, because we're planners, you know, I like when people can be spontaneous, but it's not us. So much is always going on, so we always have to plan months and months and months in advance. So we planned it in like October or November, booked it and everything for January. The only thing that was standing in our way was my best friend was still in school, and we just knew at the back of our head that something was gonna happen. Of course, because we were going at the end of January. The semester pretty much just starts in January. So when she started the semester, we didn't know which classes she was gonna be in, or what the work was gonna look like. And of course, right away when we're supposed to be going to Vegas, that's when one of her major projects is due. And it's not just a project one-on-one. You know, in university, they always like to make you work together. I'm not really sure why, because it hardly ever works out. So she had to be breathing down people's neck constantly. She got her work done 2 weeks early so that we were able to go. So thankfully, because I was getting very stressed, you know, because when we try to plan with a specific friend, like, it's so hard for us to be able to do trips together. For example, last year we were supposed to go to this huge mall in our province, and we were supposed to go to Cara West, and that same day my grandfather died last year. So it's literally always something. You know, we still went to those places afterwards because we had it booked for so long, but there's always obstacles every time I'm trying to hang out with my friends. I don't know why. So anyways, yeah, we get to Vegas, like it's all good. We get in pretty late. I think it was like 7 p.m. So that's fine for Vegas, because like pretty much things don't get interesting until the sun goes down anyways. So we get to the airport, we go get our stuff, everything is smooth. And that's when things just take a turn for the weird. We obviously have to go into the first taxi that we see, because at the airport they all line up, so you can't just choose whoever you want to go. You have to do the one that gets there first. I have never seen so many bad drivers in my life, and I have been to Los Angeles, I have been to Miami, I have been to a lot of major cities in the United States. I've been to Jamaica, I've been to Barbados. I have never seen drivers like the drivers in Vegas. At first, when we were in the taxi car, we were thinking that we were getting punked, because I just wasn't comprehending how there could be so many bad drivers on the road. For example, we were in the far lane, and then I remember looking out my friend's window and seeing the back of a bus swinging out towards us, and the driver just doesn't care. He just like moves over like Fast and the Furious, moves up a little bit and avoids getting hit by the bus, and doesn't even bat an eyelash. I was like, it was worse than like when people are in Grand Theft Auto and they steal a car and they start driving it around really fast because they don't want to get caught. That's what I felt like we were in, a Grand Theft Auto movie, or like this can't be my life. And then just cars just trying to merge into our lane when we're already there. Like there were 2 instances that I remember that we were in the lane and I just see a car come up beside us and try to get in the lane, but it's not speeding up or slowing down. It's like this, trying to get into the lane, and then our taxi driver just going around the person and not even honking. I was like, oh, people don't honk here. And then another really weird thing was, even though I've been to Vegas a few times, I'm not the most familiar with it because it had been like 2 years prior that I had gone for the last time. And I thought, when you go to the airport, I could see our hotel from the airport on the Strip because it's the Stratosphere, so it's like the tallest building there. And it just seemed like we went around the entire city instead of cutting across. So I thought we were getting kidnapped for a second, because I remember passing by the Strip on the opposite end, like on the outskirts, and then we went around, and then we came in through here, and then we almost got hit by the bus. And so that was groovy, that was just fine. Taxi drops us off, it's all good. And then we're like, okay, let's go up to the front. And yeah, so the reason we were there is because it's my best friend's birthday and she's never been to Vegas. And so she doesn't know this, but for weeks before, I was trying to call the hotel and see if they could do something special. Can they upgrade our room or anything like that? Because it's her first time going there, and nobody responded. I emailed, I called. I could not get a hold of anyone for the life of me, so I just thought that the best course of action would be for me to go up to the front and explain, hey, I've been trying to get a hold of you guys. And literally when I tell you nobody cared, like nobody cared. I said, it's my friend's birthday. And they said, oh, happy birthday. Okay, you're in room such and such. We have to drag our suitcases up there, and it is the darkest, dimmest room I've ever seen. Like, I've stayed at the Stratosphere before and I never got a room like that before. So it's like they downgraded us, probably for being annoying and saying that it's her birthday so many times, and they didn't care. So then, because I realized that the hotel staff was not gonna help me, I had all these balloons and stuff in my bag because I wanted to decorate the room, but I wanted to pay someone to do it so that like we could go out for dinner and then come back and then the room would be decorated. Like that would be the normal thing to do, because obviously I can't have my friend watching me blow up her balloons. That ruins the surprise, right? That would be normal. So, but because these people were so unhelpful, I had to convince my friend, like, hey, can you like go get ice or something? I just have to like take care of something. So she thought that I was gonna get sick because I was like, please just leave the room. Please just leave the room. And because I got some weak lungs, I could only blow up like 10 balloons, like max 10 balloons. And it was so sad. And when I blew one up, it had confetti in it and it blew up in the room. So there was literally just confetti everywhere. So then she gets back, and of course I had to let her into the room, and I'm trying to be all nonchalant, like nothing happened, like just come over here. And then she sees these 10 balloons. It was so sad, but she's so happy because she's always so grateful for everything. So she's like, oh my God, like I've never been surprised before. I was like, yeah, I was actually trying to get the staff to help, but clearly they're useless, and so I just decided to do it myself. So then we're like, okay, whatever, like we're gonna get ready, we're gonna go out. We tried on like 5 different outfits because we're like, oh, if we go to dinner we can wear this, but then what if we're walking the Strip and then we don't want to be seen in this, then let's wear this. And then I was gonna wear high heels, but then I was like, we both know I have weak feet, so let me just wear the runners. So then it was my bright idea that we should walk from the hotel to the Fashion Square Mall, because we were going to this place called the Sugar Factory. And for those of you that don't know the Sugar Factory, it's this really cool place, and their specialties is all different types of drinks, and they put a lot of candies, and you can get like raspberry chocolate martinis and red velvet martinis, and they also have a really huge menu as well. Like, I'm not even kidding. When we went into this restaurant, so I had reservations, but it didn't really matter because they didn't even know that I have reservations. And so we went in, and this book was so thick, it was like thicker than the Bible, just full of things that you can order. So I was like, okay, I want this drink, because that's what I came here for. And it's like a goblet, and it was huge. It was bigger than my head. I'm gonna attach some pictures for you guys to see, but won't be doing that again. The reason being is it was $39. Yeah, so it was cool to do it one time, but never again, because I really just felt the money melting out of my pocket. $39 for a drink. And you know what the sick part is? I couldn't even finish it. And normally my friend and I would share a drink, obviously, but she was just getting over sickness, so I was like, I do not want to get sick. I'll just like try to drink this $39 drink. It was insane. So then after we went to the sugar factory, you know, we're just walking around. Vegas is very wild though, you know, there's all sorts of types, because we were walking around, and I don't know why this always happens with this particular friend. We'll be in the middle of a conversation, and usually a man overhears something or mishears what we're saying, and then they just insert themselves into the conversation. So this was another one of those times. My friend was saying something about oh, let's go to Fremont Street, like which way is it or whatever, and then the guy that was in front of us took it as that you guys are lost, but we were just discussing what we were going to do over the whole trip, not right now. So he turns around to give us directions, even though we did not need it. Like, we don't really like anyone knowing where we're going. You never know what kind of creepy people you're gonna run into. So we're like, oh, like, we don't need your help. And then he threw a scene about like, this is why I don't help people, yada yada yada. And we're like, okay, this is getting awkward, like we're just gonna leave. So then we're walking, and there's always people handing out things in Vegas, like, come to my party, come to this breakfast. So then we get stopped, and they said, oh yeah, if you sign up you can get a free breakfast. And you know, most people should know there's no such thing as free. Okay, there is no such thing as free. I knew right away that it was a scam, but my friend wanted to see what it was about, and I was like, you know what, you're not gonna believe that it's a scam, let's go. Like, people need to learn from it for themselves. And so we went, they were telling us, oh yeah, like, you just have to give us what was it, $15 each to hold your spot. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense. If it's a free breakfast, why would I pay you to hold my spot for a free breakfast? And they had no answer. So I was like, let's go. So then we walking, and people just want us to come to this party, come to this party, come to this party. You know, we were actually supposed to see Little John one of the nights when we were there, but we are like old ladies, and the night we were supposed to go out, I was like, I can't. After going to Fremont Street, I'll talk about that in just a moment, I had no energy left. But anyways, so day 2, we decided that we're gonna get a bus pass, because it just makes the most sense. You know, if you keep walking, your feet are gonna hurt. And I was like, bus pass is so cheap, it's better than taking a taxi, and it stops you off at each hotel on the strip. So we did that. Tell me why. We are on the sidewalk. My friend was walking behind me, but she decides that she wants to walk beside me so we can talk. And then we're on one side of the sidewalk going, with traffic this way, and then the other part of the sidewalk, people are coming the opposite way towards us, you know, like a normal sidewalk. And at the same exact moment that my friend decides to walk from behind me to beside me, tell me why the skateboarder on the opposite side decides that the people in front of him are going a little bit too slow, and that he's also gonna try to pass them. When I tell you, this girl smashed into his skateboard, I don't even know where the skateboarder went. I looked around, couldn't find him, realized my friend's on his skateboard because his momentum was going so fast. Like, she rode that. I had to kind of run because I could see that she's about to fall off it, because we are not skateboarders. And it hit her ankle so darn hard that I had to physically catch her in my arms like a newborn, like I just delivered a baby, like catch her in my arms, and nobody cared if she was okay or not. Like, traffic just went on as normal. just went around her like that didn't even happen. And I was like, Vegas is a little bit too savage for us. It's a little bit too savage because I just saw my friend riding a skateboard. Like, I didn't know that you could skateboard, girl. Like, you go on, girl. So we did that, and then that same evening after her ankle healed, like, I couldn't stop laughing. Even though it hurt, I've just never seen that in real life before. That someone's skateboard hits another person and the other person ends up riding it, and like, it was just wild. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna take you to Fremont Street because I feel like everyone that goes to Vegas needs to go to the Fremont Street experience. So basically it's downtown Vegas, and it's where all of the different people, good people watching, let's leave it at that. It's good people watching. So we decided, okay, we're gonna head back towards the hotel, get ready, and then we're gonna go to Fremont Street when it gets a little bit darker. Wouldn't you know, we go out to that bus stop. That same guy that was trying to give us directions on the strip is at the Stratosphere bus stop. And he will not stop talking. Like, I'm trying to give him the eyes like, okay, yeah, nice seeing you too. But he would not stop. He got on the bus with us. He wanted to stand with us. It was so annoying. And you know, I'm so hesitant to say anything to people in the States because they have so many weapons. So I'm just trying to be nice, like, okay, sir, like, I don't want to talk to you. It's like, thank you. And then he said that he's going to watch all the weirdos, and in my head, I'm like, but you are the weirdos. Like, what's weirder than a guy that just won't get the hint that you don't want to talk to him? Like, you are the strange people that we're going to people watch right now. So anyways, we get off the bus near Fremont Street, and it's not really evident where to go because there's people everywhere. So we're just like, okay, we'll just like keep walking. We ended up stopping on Fremont Street at this Starbucks because my feet were hurting. Like, we've been walking so much. I had to end up getting foot insoles and my runners because my feet are that weak. So anyways, the Starbucks, you're supposed to be ordering a drink and order to use their facilities or whatever. You know how strict people are about their private properties. So we get our little drinks, and then we decide that we're gonna sit down outside on the balcony because that's where all the good people watching is. And then I'm seeing this group of people, and they're at this point where they're so drunk that they just keep on telling each other how much they love each other. I love you, man. No, I love you, bro. I love you more, bro. I was like, okay, that's nice. Like, showing your friends you love them. That's kind of cute. But then it escalated the other way. I don't know what was the trigger for this, but the one drunk guy started fighting with his girlfriend, and then his friend is like, dude, like, you're being rude, like, stop it. And then he started trying to fight his friend while the girlfriend ran off or something. And then I see during this altercation, this little bag falls out of their pants. So I was like, whatever, they'll pick it up, right? Nope. Tell me why I just saw someone that's not part of their group run up and grab this little bag, and I'm like, hey, well, like, what are you gonna do? Sorry, you dropped your cocaine and someone got it, like, that's just gonna cause another fight, right? So we see this guy getting closer and closer to us with this little bag, and it becomes quite evident that he is not gonna purchase a drink at Starbucks. You know, Starbucks, maybe you need to have some security if you're really serious about people buying a drink in order to sit on your balcony. Because I'm telling you, like, this fence that separated Starbucks from Fremont was like the size of a baby gate. Like, anyone could hop over it. So he did just that. He hopped over it. You could see him pacing back and forth, like, trying to determine where to sit. I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, so many spots. He ended up coming back around and sitting kind of by us. Like, it's by us, but, like, we're separated by a few seats, so whatever. He dumps that bag of Coke out, and he just does a few lines right in the open. Like, it's not even that dark yet. I was like, oh, wow. I didn't know they have party favors here at Starbucks. Okay, you go on. Yeah, he does his business, does his Coke. Those people are still fighting over there, don't even realize that it's gone. I was like, oh, interesting. That's wonderful. So yeah, that's interesting. Vegas is just full of unique people. And then we decided that we were gonna go to a casino one day, and I gambled like $2, and you know, our feet were really hurting, and this casino was packed, okay? Like, there's nowhere to sit. So we just wanted to go sit by this outlet so we can charge our phones. And all the security is fine with us sitting, like all the men's security don't say anything. We're fine sitting there. All of a sudden, this woman who's part of the security team sees us and literally races over and tells us we need to move because people will trip on us. So I wasn't really understanding that, because like you would have to go out of your way to trip on it. When I tell you we're sitting like away from everyone, because once again it's crowded, like you would have to like be like, I'm gonna trip on them today. Those two girls, you see them over there? Yeah, I'm tripping on them. So whatever, we got up because we got yelled at by the security guard. And that's when we decided, okay, let's go to the -5 ice bar, which is literally just this huge bar and everything's made out of ice. Your seats are made out of ice, your drinks are made out of ice. Yeah, freezing in there. Like, we got our parkas from them or whatever. I just stayed there. I think we stayed in there 12 minutes or something ridiculous because I was that cold. I do not handle cold well, even though I live in Canada. Like, it makes no sense. But I was dying. I was so cold. So then we did that, and yeah, that was pretty cool. Literally pretty cool. And then, so let's get down to Calabash. So I thought we were gonna have more issues with Calabash because when we were in Canada, all of the websites and everything kept telling us to go to this website called AXS to download our tickets, or to buy our tickets, sorry. And so I bought our tickets, but then I noticed that like you can't print them. So I was concerned. And then AXS kept telling us that we need to download their app. And every time I try to download their app, it's not available in my country. I can't even tell you how many times I contacted customer service for this. And then when I talked to them, they said, oh, downloading the app is just a suggestion. I was like, well, how come every time I'm trying to look at the tickets, it's telling me to download this app? So I was getting really, really paranoid because obviously these tickets are expensive because so many big people in music were gonna be there, and we were coming all the way from Canada to Las Vegas to go to Calabash. Like, you don't even understand. If we didn't make it to Calabash, like there's no other time my friend could have ever seen these musical acts. Like, they don't come to Canada, so we have to travel to go and see this type of music. So eventually I had to download this other app, and I had to sign up for this app. I had to transfer my tickets over there. It was this whole big process. And then we get to the arena pretty early, and there was all these different lines, like 15 different lines that you can stand in. So I'm like, okay, whatever, we'll just go in this one. We get into the venue. It is huge. I have never in my life sat so far back in a concert. Like, I could barely see anything. And like, we were really trying to pay attention, but I was just so far away, and I had to keep going pee. So like, I had to go pee 15 different times. And then it was very funny because the couple in front of us, I don't know if they even realized who was performing. Like, that's how into each other that they were. The whole time they were just grinding, and I'm like, someone is getting pregnant tonight. Someone is getting pregnant today. Like, can you imagine 3 hours and these people are just dancing, and the girl is not even facing the concert. Like, she's facing us because she's like hugging her man. And I was like, wow, you literally could have watched YouTube at home and listened to all these songs if you weren't gonna face like the music. You don't even know who's on the stage right now. But whatever, to each their own. So the concert was super, super amazing. However, the concert people did lie a little bit because they kept saying that there was going to be a special guest, but literally every single person that they named as part of the set list was there. So like, this whole time that I was sitting at the concert, I thought that Cardi B was going to come on because she has some songs with some of the musicians. So I was like, yeah, that must be the special guest. There was no special guest. I guess me and my friend were the special guests. you know? So that was kind of a letdown. And then after we left the concert, what I tell you, I have never seen this many people just congregating on a concert ground. Like, it was impossible to get a taxi, so I don't know what these people were waiting for. Like, maybe a horse and carriage, or like they were waiting for teleportation to be like invented, because everyone's just standing there, looking at each other. I was like, okay, so me and my friend are gonna go. We're gonna walk through the hotels, and then we're gonna catch a taxi by the valet at some hotel down there, because, you know, I don't have all day. But yeah, Calabash was amazing, but Vegas was just super weird, and every time I go, it never goes as planned. And but I would go again. Like, I would definitely go again. But yeah, I just can't believe she got ran over by a skateboard, and I really thought she was gonna get a bruise, but she didn't. But yeah, we had an awesome time, and that is my story about what happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas. And if you like my story times, don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you so much for joining me at Taris Shawdae. Bye.